I mean, the oversight does not have to come from the international community. The oversight is something that has to come from inside Tunisia. And here you have, so to say, different areas of oversight. One area of oversight, and that's usually where most of the efforts are put, is, so to say, internal oversight within the Ministry of Interior. That is good, but it's not sufficient. The other area of oversight, and that's where the constitution has a lot of potential, but is not, so to say, saying that it has to be installed. It's just that it provides, so to say, for the bodies, for the possibility to create the commissions that will then have capacity to oversee, control, and monitor the activities of the security forces, of the intelligence services. The third area of oversight, and that is one that is usually completely underestimated, is the one of the civil society, and that civil society organizations have a chance to mobilize and to participate in the debates and in the deliberation about the work, and especially also about what is it, the kind of security that we want, who is it to be, who are the people that have to be secured, so security for whom. That's going to be an essential question. Also the possibility for the civil society to see and to inquire if the police is actually doing their job well, if they are performing well, if the services are adapted to the needs of the population. And that's where civil society plays an important role. Unfortunately, due to the fact that in Tunisia the system was completely closed, that no one could actually really work on security issues, universities didn't have really security studies as such, there are very little competences within Tunisia that would be required to develop such oversight capacities and to provide inputs into the security sector reform. Ideally, this would be an internal process where Tunisians would take care themselves of their security sector reform. Unfortunately, without those competences, you need external support, you need external advice from others who have experience and competences on security issues. So external aid in terms of security sector reform is necessary and is unavoidable at this stage. But it has to be done in a very smart way. And it has to be done with a real long-term commitment. You know, there has been some little tests on let's introduce community policing, or let's introduce this and test that type of reform. Unfortunately, those programs are then not continued, and that sends a very, very bad message internally to the police officers, because what they say is basically that, it has been stopped, it doesn't work, it doesn't work in Tunisia. And then there is this mentally there is this possibility, and also in terms of the argument, that they can say, no, we don't need this type of reform, and it's not adapted to the Tunisian context. And that's actually very harmful, because it's closing the doors to the possibility of advancing, progressing in the reform process.